Hello everyone, my name is Boji. I'm the Chief Representative for Europe and Assistant Dean at Cheung Graduate School of Business. Our business school is the leading business school in China with campuses in Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, and also in New York City. We also have office in Europe, here in London, and also have office in Hong Kong. Our business school with the global perspective and China impact has great success in the past, helped many successful entrepreneurs to be very successful with their business. China, with 1.3 billion population and consumers, offer great opportunity to the Western companies. So, with the Chinese growth, it's no longer an option for the Western companies not to consider China as part of their strategy. According to The Economist magazine, China will surpass America to be the largest economy in the world in terms of GDP by 2024. This is enormous if you consider that. So that's why it is imperative for the European companies to learn how to do business with China and how to do business and in the changing China. That's why we developed this program called Understanding China's Next Move. In this course, Understanding China's Next Move, we will talk about 5 modules to really help the European business to understand how to do business with China and what is changing and how to adapt to that change. Whether you have operation in China already or you have business with China, it doesn't matter. We will help you understand how to do business with the changing China. The module 1 is about winning in China. We talk about the formulas and the business model to help you succeed in China. And those are the winning formulas to help you how to enter this very exciting, dynamic, and yet very difficult market. And also we help you to understand what are the business models that can help you succeed in China based on the differences that we see between the Western economy and Chinese economy and the Western consumer and Chinese consumer. In the second module, we will talk about Chinese consumer behavior and its business opportunity. Chinese consumers certainly behave differently than the Western consumer because of the cultural differences and also with the technology advancement. So we can see that the Chinese consumer are moving online, and Chinese consumer, due to cultural difference, are very much into certain areas of consumption, which we will discuss extensively during the course. In the module 3, we will cover digital marketing and e-commerce. For many Western companies, e-commerce could be a future tool to help you to enter Chinese market with less investment. And also how to adapt to digital marketing, because Chinese consumer, 70% of them are online. They are online shoppers. So how do we adapt the digital strategy in order to help you to not just sell your product, but also promote your product as well? In the module 4, we will cover the cross-cultural management under a Chinese context. Because of the unique cultural difference, it makes it difficult for the Western people to do business in China and do business with Chinese. But we can understand by learning the cultural differences, and Chinese culture is a high context culture. But if you understand that, you can leverage the differences towards your advantages. Finally, module 5, negotiating with Chinese. Many Western people feel difficult to negotiate with Chinese. It feels like it's like a Tai Chi. You don't know where the Chinese are moving. But we will help you to understand what is the key elements, the cultural differences of it, and what are the 7 important lessons that we draw from negotiating with Chinese. And after that, you will learn how to successfully leverage your knowledge by negotiating with Chinese successfully. In conclusion, China is a very exciting marketplace. It is not the market that anyone could easily forget. So we need to understand China. We need to understand China's next move. Join this course will help you really understand how you do business with China and how you do business with the change in China. Thank you. When Walmart first went to China, Walmart's business model is everyday's low price. But when they go to China, they adopt the same methodology, which for the Chinese consumer is not ideal. Because Chinese consumer, when they go to the store to do the shopping, they're looking for deals. They're looking for promotions. So that's why in the Chinese grocery store, you always see like 10% discount, 50% discount, etc., etc. Lots of new product promotion, demonstration. So in the grocery store, it's chaotic. The Chinese consumer love it. But when Walmart go to China, every day is a low price. For the Chinese consumer, it's predictable that when they go to the Walmart, they know what kind of price it is. It's going to be always like that. So because of that, it's not interesting. That's why Walmart doesn't do well in China. The Chinese traditional philosophy that governs Chinese culture are predominantly Confucianism and Taoism, and also war strategism. And these three things are forming the Chinese traditional philosophy and the cultural differences between China and the Western countries. In negotiation with Chinese, we must understand the cultural differences. In the Western culture, you sign the contract and afterward you build the relationship. But however, in the Chinese culture, you have to start with building a relationship before having a contract. So it's important you build a relationship and have a contract and then continue the relationship. So Chinese culture is relationship-based culture. So it is very important during the negotiation, we have to first build a relationship. Chinese culture are different from the Western culture in many, many ways. But I may summarize in one sentence. The Chinese culture is a high context culture, while the European and the Western culture are more low context culture. With a high context culture, the Chinese actually prefer to be together in a group. They like to have relationship, and also it's quite hierarchy. And also the Chinese like to seek the way, they like to bargain. So this is a uniqueness about Chinese culture. 70% of the Chinese consumers shop online. This is a very impressive number. So if people are shopping online, so why we should offer a traditional channel only? So for this also offer a great opportunity for the European business to consider to use the online platform to sell your product in China.